Good morning. What's happening? So I do these during my school day. First off, my name is Frank Baumholtz. I've been a high school strength coach and PE teacher for 21 years. 15 of those years, I was a head baseball coach. I've also coached football and basketball and a bunch of other things. Now I got promoted to head t-ball and softball coach. But I also run my own gym, MVP performance training. And at lunchtime during the school day, I do what I call lunch with Baum. So if you want to connect with me and see some of that stuff that I do each week and each day, go ahead and follow me there. But I just wanted to share my story about what Zija has done for me in my lifetime. About 3 years ago, I had a buddy reach out to me, and he shared this crazy Moringa with me. And we had lunch, and he was a friend, and I took a look at it, and it's just wasn't my thing at the time. Being a high school strength coach and PE teacher, you can imagine the stuff that comes through the door. I mean, I've seen every product from protein to creatine to krill oil to fish oil to you name it, the products, and I still get hit up all the time. And I flip the label over and I look, and it's got sugar and canola oil and all kinds of crazy nonsense in it. So even at that point, looking at it, I was like, it wasn't my thing. So, I had a great lunch with my buddy Jeff, and then I kindly told him no thank you. And then a funny thing, this is my story. So I got a little postcard in the mail, and it was from my doctors, and I hadn't been to the doctor in years. I grind it. I'm in the weight room. I train 4 to 6 days a week. We eat pretty good. We grow our own vegetables, try to do things very organic. And but I get this postcard in the mail, and my wife actually giving me a bad time because I hadn't been to the doctor in years. And she says, you have insurance, don't you? Why don't you just go? And so here I decide, all right, I'm gonna go go to the doctor. So I go in, and they do the height and weight and whatnot. And honestly, I tip the scale at 210. And then blood pressure. The nurse comes in, takes my blood pressure, and she kind of gives me this funny look. And then she says, hey, would you lay down? So I go ahead and I lay down. And the crazy thing is, I didn't feel bad. My days, I put in long hours at school, at the gym. And, I'm 100 miles an hour all the time. My energy is always up. And so my blood pressure apparently was through the roof. So, and she made me lay down. So honestly, the first one, my first read was 162 over 99. She laid me down, and it was still 132 over 86. So my blood pressure was elevated. So then I ended up doing a full blood panel, and the classic 40-something, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, things are through the roof. And so as I started to meet with my doctor about, hey, what are some interventions? You have some serious things going on. And like I mentioned, I didn't feel bad. But here I was, 210 pounds at 5'9". I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and he gave me some, here's your prescription for, and I just stopped him right there. I said, I don't even want to look at that. I says, I have family that take medication for high blood pressure, so obviously I have some things in my family that go with that. So I said, I want to look at a different route. And so I started looking into some different things, how could I adjust my diet? But the crazy thing, like I mentioned, I trained all the time. I eat pretty clean. I stay away from the fast food. And, here I am, thinking back, hey, maybe this Moringa thing is actually something that I could look at. So I did what any teacher would do. I just started researching. I found every single article that I could find on Moringa. I Googled it. I went to PubMed. I actually was looking for articles that would prove Moringa wrong. And the crazy thing is that the more that I read about it, the more that I said, oh my goodness. Now, I need to look at this thing. Now, one disclaimer is that, we can't say that our products are going to, cure, diagnose, or cure anything, but what we do know is that, and what I know as a strength coach, is that if you give the body good nutrition, the body has this amazing ability to self-regulate itself. And that's what it did for me. So when I got started, I kind of went all in. I didn't want to, I was definitely not going to recommend anything to any of my clients or my family or even my close friends if I didn't try it first. Just like any workout that I do at the gym. I go through every workout that I program, I run through it first. And then so that I can actually tell them, I know exactly what you're feeling. I know exactly how to work through whatever you're dealing with. So that's what I did. Back then we didn't have the NHR systems, but it was comparable to it, one of our gold systems. So basically, what I do each and every day is I use our Super Mix, I use our XM Burn, and I use our Detox Tea. And when I talked to my doctor, we set up a recheck 8 weeks later. And 8 weeks later, I had lost about 15 pounds. But even the thing that I wasn't even worried about my weight, because I love lifting heavy, and so I was more interested in my internal issues. So when I went back for my recheck, my blood pressure was 112/80, and the doctor, he was like, I don't even know what you're doing, but keep doing it. Okay, and my cholesterol went down 70 points. And the weight loss became a byproduct of the internals feeling better. All in all, when I got from about February to June, I lost 30 pounds, and that was 3 years ago. And honestly, one of my teaching colleagues yesterday said, hey, I noticed, have you lost weight? And I said, well, yeah, about 3 years ago. The thing is that I've kept the whole time. And as I started going through this journey with feeling better, I was always that coach that said, you got to train smarter, not harder. But here's the crazy thing, is if you have better fuel in the tank and the engine is bigger, you can absolutely train harder because your body just feels better, right? It's like anything. If you even your normal car, if you run the oil down and you run the gas down, then you put bad gas in it, how's the car gonna work? It's not gonna work very well. Your body's the exact same way. So I was just on a mission, to show both my clients and my family, but even more importantly for myself. One of the big things as an educator and a coach and even a parent is that we always spend time helping other people and we never take time for ourselves. And at that moment in time, I had to say, shoot, I need to take care of myself because I want to be here for a long time. Okay? So going back to the product, that's and being a I went with the MVP system with our RipStiks, and you want to talk about mind-blowing? Our Ignite is straight up legit. We have a new product now called Prime. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. For any of you endurance athletes, it is a home run. Okay? And then we also have our Fuel, which is our endurance RipStik product for anything longer. That's 60 to 90 minute or longer. It's a great product. Our Recover for anybody that's dealing with, that works out hard, that has, they have joint issues and things like that. The glucosamine and other branch chains that are in there, that is a classic recovery drink. And then our RipStik Hydrate is my girls' favorite. I have 3 little girls, so one of the big things I always say, people always ask me, why do I do what I do? And it's because of my girls. The classic, if your why doesn't make you cry, then it's not big enough. They're the reason why I do what I do, and I want to model it for them so that when they get older, that they have all the tools, that they're not the 40-something statistic that's dealing with knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain, money pain, all this other, health issues that you got going on. So, the products hands down work. The one other product that I added in about a year or so ago at one of our regional events, we launched our AGX products. The AGX Men and the AGX Digest and the AGX Health have been mind-blowing in our essential oil line. So I would highly suggest that you get back with the person that brought you here and ask a little bit more about it. One of the things I always tell folks is that it doesn't matter where you start, you just have to get started. Chris Estes always says it's the start that stops most people. And the biggest thing, I was talking with a know-it-all last night, and it's hard to talk with a know-it-all because they think they know it all, but they really don't know it all. And one of the things for me is that as an educator and as a coach and as a father is that I'm a lifelong learner, and I want to constantly keep learning and get better. And I honestly learn something new about Moringa and essential oils every single day. So if you have any comments, drop them down below. Like I mentioned, get back with the person that brought you here And if you have any questions from me, go ahead and private message me. You can drop them down in the comments. I'll make sure that I answer them, or Jessica or any of the other folks that come on answer them. And then once again, get back with the person that brought you here. And I appreciate every single one of you. You guys have a fantastic rest of the day. You can connect with me on my personal page. But once again, thank you, and I will see you all soon.